Coming up, I encounter dozens of rattlesnakes creeping out of their den. My daughter finds one in our backyard, and we attempt to safely catch it and relocate it. I'm Casey Anderson. I've been all over the world in the tracks of wildlife, chasing adventure and stories of our untamed planet. From the mountains to the jungle, the opportunity for adventure is endless. Several years ago, I noticed some snakes crossing a road down here, moving up on this hillside in the late fall. And what that usually means is that snakes are going to their winter den site. And just the other day, when we came up here to explore, we found that den site, and I'm going to show it to you. This hillside's covered with rattlesnakes. It's like walking in a minefield. You have to be on your A game and really watch where you step. Prairie rattlesnakes are super camouflaged, and this is a perfect environment for their camouflage. So you might not think that there's a snake right in front of you, but there are. And right there underneath that rock, there's a little one. Encountering these snakes out in a wild environment like this is amazing. But later on in this episode, my daughter and I stumble upon one in our backyard, and I show my family how to safely catch it and relocate it back to the wild. So stay tuned. This guy, he's just underneath this rock, hiding out. There, he's going out now. And he knows his way. He knows that if he can go back in there, he can just go right back down. Probably got a secret hole. It goes right down into the hibernaculum. This is pretty cool. This right here, believe it or not, is a snake track. This is where a snake is laid down on the southern slope, and his body weight has pushed these pine needles down and the dirt down and kind of laid here. You can see where its weight is indented the ground here. So we're definitely in the right spot, trying to find the snakes as they're out sunning themselves. Just over this rock by that juniper is where the den site is. And today it's pretty sunny out and pretty warm. So what those snakes will do is they'll go to that den site, go down in the den when it's cool, and when it heats up, they come out and sun themselves. So most of the snakes that will be hibernating here will likely be out sunning themselves. So we're going to sneak up, watch our step, because these are mostly rattlesnakes, and see who's outside. So this is a prairie rattlesnake, and most of the snakes I see here are prairie rattlesnakes, but there could be garter snakes, bull snakes, racers, all kinds of snakes could use this, and they get along fine during this time of year. Now, reptiles are not true hibernators. They go through a thing called brumation. Once it starts to get below 7 degrees Fahrenheit regularly in the hottest part of the day, they will go down into the earth, down into what they actually call a hibernaculum, and they'll wait until the ambient temperature outside rises up enough for them to be active again, and that won't be until spring. There's a common myth out there that a small rattlesnake is more dangerous than a fully grown adult. This is not true. A small snake like this one carries a lot less venom than an adult. A big adult like this can deliver up to 50 times more venom than a baby's full dose. With that being said, behavior-wise, a smaller snake might be a little more rowdy than a big adult. You definitely have to be careful around all of them. This little guy, he's being a rattlesnake. He's rattling and warning me, but as he's moving here, he knows where he's going. Most snakes, they're not gonna strike. They want to go and get away, and he knows that den hole is right there. He's just gonna go just like that. Yep, and he's gonna slip right in there. And he's safe now. Rattlesnakes do not want to bite. They want to keep their venom to use on prey. They don't want any conflict. That's why they have a rattle. And if you give them space and you give them room, they're just going to go away. And that's what you just did. Pretty soon, these snakes will be going back into the den for the long haul. But for the rest of the summer, they're going to be out and about. And they really don't pose much of a threat to people. But if you have one in your backyard, with little kids and dogs running around, that can add some unwanted stress in your life. I live in Paradise Valley, Montana, just north of Yellowstone National Park. We share our backyard with a fully intact ecosystem. My property butts up against thousands of acres of untouched ranch land, so the wild and my home overlap quite a bit. And today my daughter and I stumbled upon a prairie rattlesnake. I've got 3 little kids, 2 dogs that know how to avoid rattlesnakes, and 1 puppy that does not. So I'm going to safely relocate this snake and keep the snake and my family safe and happy. So look, a prairie rattlesnake. What do you do if you see something like this?
I think you back off, stay calm, and tell your parents.
Yeah. So we'll back away slowly, we'll stay calm, we'll look around just in case there's any other rattlesnakes around, and then we'll go tell somebody so they can move the snake out of here. That's a good idea, right? Since we have this rattlesnake in front of us, we'll keep a safe distance, and we'll talk about how cool of an animal this is. So this is a prairie rattlesnake, and if you look really close, it's got this little tiny hole between its nose and its eye. That's its pit. It's its pit viper. This is the kind of snake it is. It's a pit viper. And what's cool about them is that they can actually sense heat. So when they're hunting, moving around looking for rabbits and mice, maybe even baby birds, they look for that heat that mammals give off or birds give off with that pit in the complete darkness, and they can sense the hottest part of that animal when they strike it. And that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Now if you look at its eyeball, you see how it's kind of like a elongated slit, kind of like a cat?
Yeah.
That's because their eyes are designed to see at night, just like a cat. Because they are nocturnal and crepuscular. You know what that means?
Yeah, it means awake at night, and mostly awake in the strike of dawn, and awake in like almost the time of bed.
Yeah, so evening, in the morning, and at night, right?
Yeah.
So, exactly. Talk about why we can't see it in the grass very well.
Because it has camouflage.
It is very camouflage.
Yes.
Now, one thing that's really cool is since they are camouflaged and you can almost not see them, they give us a warning if you get close. And what is that warning?
A rattle.
Yeah, that rattle, that tail going like that. Now what's really cool about that is these little plates that bump together and make that rattle sound.
Yeah, it's made out of your kind of the same thing your nails are out of.
You're right.
And it goes like this, and they shake on each other. Why it goes like this?
Yeah, and it shakes on each other and clacks together and makes that loud noise. And what's cool is that you can't see them, but you can hear them, and so then you know, okay, there's a rattlesnake. Stay calm, take a deep breath, look around, make sure there's no more rattlesnakes, and then what?
Back off.
Back off. And then, what do?
You tell your parents.
So what happens if we got too close to it or accidentally stepped on it and it bit you in the leg? First thing, stay really calm, right?
Yeah.
Stay calm.
Try to call 999 or like an emergency.
911?
911,
Yeah.
or go to the nearest hospital as soon as possible.
I think that's right. Go to the hospital as soon as possible. Now, some things you don't do. You don't suck the venom out. That's bad.
Yeah.
You don't put a tourniquet on. That's bad. You don't put any ice on it. That's bad. The best thing to do is keep the bite lower than your heart or at the same height as your heart. If you have watches or rings like this, take them off because they have something called hemotoxic venom, which affects your blood and your blood vessels, keeps it from clotting, so you get lots of swelling, lots of pain, lots of bruising. So you don't want to have your ring and your watch on because they'll get stuck. So take them off, keep your hand lower than your heart if you got hit in the hand, and then go to the hospital as fast as you can. The best thing you can do.
And why exactly you have to keep your hand lower than your heart?
So that's a good question. So as your heart pumps, you don't want it to pump the venom all through your body. If you put it up here, then gravity will make it go down into your body. So if you keep it low, like this, lower than your heart, then it takes the venom a long time to get to the rest of your body. We're gonna go get the rest of the family. and safely capture and relocate this rattlesnake. So what do you do if you see a snake like this? Tell your brother and sister.
This prairie rattler is very aggressive, so we all have to stay on the alert. So Annabelle, we're gonna practice. So hold my hand. We see the snake. It's fresh and new. We're going on the mountain. We have to back off like this. Stay calm and go tell mom or dad.
So what do you think about him? What does that prairie rattlesnake eat?
Small rodents. And did you know that instead of having like a top and bottom jaw connected like us, they actually have their jaws separated.
That's right.
They have them both separated.
Why?
So that they can open their mouth, kind of like big, so they can eat whole eggs.
Wow.
Yeah, and whole animals. Okay, so yeah, we saw the snake. We stayed calm. We took a deep breath. We didn't panic. We backed away slowly. We told mom and dad, and now dad, since he's a professional, he can move the snake out of harm's way, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, you stay right here with your sister. Hold your hand. Most people actually get bitten by snakes when they try to catch it or kill it. So I don't recommend people actually doing this by themselves. I've done this thousands and thousands of times. I'm a professional. I have the right tools, snake tongs, snake hook, and my dad made me this cool snake box.
Yeah, and also we have another snake to film.
We got another snake in here that we caught on the road at our house. A lot of snakes around right now, but yeah, otherwise call professionals or just let them be. They'll leave the area on their own. He's been striking in the past. You're going to be gentle with him. Yeah, it's going to take some tongs. He's striking. Snakes on there, stay away. And we'll go put them somewhere safe up in the mountains, okay? Let's go. Over the years, I've had the pleasure of sharing my home with all kinds of wildlife. Mountain lions, wolves, bears, eagles, and rattlesnakes, just to name a few. Now that I have a family, it's important for me to keep it that way, so they can grow up learning about the wild world and how to live with it.